Hello, my viewers. Terry Kawuma here again. Come in. Let's come for a chat. Yes, good evening once again. Welcome to my humble home. So let's dig right into the discussion of today. Now, I'm here to talk about three issues. I'm here to talk about intoxicants, use of intoxicating substances. I'm here to talk about rape and consent, and I'm here to talk about fighting for what's right. Number one, we need to talk about the fact that in our country, in our dear country, we have a lot of intoxicating substances which are being used for the wrong purposes. Number one, we have things like weed. Weed actually back in the day used to be used for medical purposes, but nowadays young people like me, people like you, we're using it for the wrong purpose. We're using it to fit in for peer pressure. We're using it to intoxicate people. We're using it to get people high. People have always desired. We're using it to get high. You call a chick over to your place, to your hostel, tell her you want a joint? You tell her, don't worry, it's harmless. She gets high on weed, she loses her senses, and you end up pouncing on her, you end up raping her, and the girl's dignity is gone. Then I'm here to talk about the law. The law in terms of rape with guys, especially guys, but girls, I'm hearing these days girls are also in this bracket. There is a provision for rape, and that provision is section 123 of the Penal Code Act. This one, before, rapists used to get the death sentence, but now it has been revised to life imprisonment. So this is a very, very strong thing for me to talk about, but I'll just involve a lot of playful banter for all of us to understand in the long run. So let me ask you guys a question. How would you feel as a man, especially gentlemen, if your dignity is taken away, if your pride is taken away, your pride as a man? Usually men are the ones who chase women and eventually get into marriage and stuff. But now if women now violate your own privacy and your sense of sexuality, your right to actually say no to this chick, guys, how would you feel? Because that's what a young man felt just a few days ago, or actually a few months ago when the event happened. A young man came out on Twitter saying that he had been raped by 4 women. One of his friends called him to her room when they had been out. They had been smoking weed and taking a lot of alcohol. She told him, "You'll come back to my place. Your parents can't let you back in at this time." When he reaches there, he finds other 4 girls. They invite him to smoke weed with them. He completely blacks out. So at that moment, they take advantage of him. They tell him that, "Yo, come on, don't worry, it's no big deal." He wakes up with no clue. He wakes up when his private organ is hurting him. So this begs the question that, are we fighting for what's right? Because he came out on Twitter. This is a social media platform, and many other women who subscribe to the feminist side started beating him down, telling him, "No, you can't say this about us. How can women rape you? You're a man." But men too have these issues. This is a trying issue. How would you feel if this happened to you? Because women, society actually protects women. When women are raped, they say, "Oh, the poor girl was raped," and everyone runs to her rescue. She's a damsel in distress. But when it comes to a man is said, "Hey, you're a man. You need to style up, grow up, be mature. A woman can't rape you. You must have wanted." But this guy was intoxicated, and he would not just have come out of the blue just for cheap popularity, as people are saying. So we need to take into the fact that if he was really serious about taking these women to court action, he would have brought out these names. He would have brought out the fact that these girls took advantage of him. I'm sorry, this topic is too heavy for me. Please pass me my tea. Thank you. So, if this country was really serious about some of its laws, Section 123 of the Penal Code Act would have actually worked on these young ladies, because they violated this man's sense of sexuality. Yes. So, like I was saying, I want us to dig into the depths of this issue, because how would he have come out when when intoxicating substances were used in this event? You know, he he's so traumatized he can't even go to the authorities, because if he runs to the police, they'll ask him why were you using weed in the first place. These women, yes, they raped you, but you're also liable for a case. So that's why I talked about this issue on three fronts. Use of intoxicating substance, you can actually go to jail for that. I mean, you young viewers, how would you feel if your parents found out that that you went to jail just because of weed, or you've been burned up? Actually, let me give you a scenario. One time I was out, around, there was a bar called Route 256, and a couple of friends of mine I was hanging out with at the bar, they actually went outside of the bar to smoke weed. Guess what happened after 5 minutes? I was there with my drink. By then, back I used to drink. I was there with my drink. I move out and I see police sliding them into the police car. Look at that. And their parents busted them because of being taken for weed. So uh, I want us to also look at the fact that there's no one he could have confided in. There's no one who he could have told about this predicament of his, because everyone's going to laugh at him and say, "You're not a man. You're a chick. How can chicks take advantage of you? You don't have your own sense of self-worth." That kind of thing. He's publicly humiliated. Even by coming out, everyone's now calling him up. Everyone's hitting his inbox probably by now telling him, "Yo, grow up here. Yo, do this." You get what I mean? So, uh, now I'm going to our third issue of fighting for what's right. If someone comes out on social media and claims that a wrong has happened to them, we need to give them attention, because when Kizza Besigye comes out in the public and says that his right to free assembly has not been upheld, the whole country gives him attention because Kizza Besigye is popular. But what about this young man on Twitter? That means that the fact that he's not popular, it means that he's not being considered by society.
No, depanda.
And more so, no one is ever going to give a damn about his story. His thing will probably die by next week. So, my lovely viewers, as I wrap up, I want to tell you that let us avoid using intoxicating substances, because even if a wrong happens to you, like it happened to him, no one will ever take you serious, and you can even go to jail for that. Number two, let us seek consent on both sides, both men and women. I'm on the side of justice. Men, you need to get consent from women. Women need to get consent from men, and avoid using intoxicating substances when it comes to matters of consent. And number three, let's fight for what's right, because much like everyone is into this thing of the feminist movement, and women's rights should be upheld, and we should look at consent. Consent goes two ways. Even men deserve consent. So thank you, my viewers. Thank you for listening to me. As usual, feel free to drop a like, feel free to drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. It has been a pleasure. I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma. Thank you.